Hello again, everybody. This video is not going to be an economics tutorial, which you're probably used to. It's going to be a video more about reflecting on exam grades when you get them back using an exam wrapper. Now, if you're new around here, my name is James Tierney. I currently own and operate Tierney Education, which is a full-service education company in State College, Pennsylvania. That's where Penn State is located. I used to teach economics at Penn State University for 7.5 years. But in 2022, I decided I wanted to be a bit more entrepreneurial, left the university. I'd started running Tierney Education, where we focus a lot on academic coaching, helping students get through their courses, get through those 4 years here at Penn State and other universities. And also, I still do a lot of tutoring of economics. So feel free to check out the page if you're looking for those economics tutorials, and stay tuned for a lot more videos like the one you're going to see right now. And that video that you're going to see right now is talking about the idea of metacognition. And metacognition is when you reflect on things and your own thinking. So we're going to talk about metacognition when it comes to exams. And so what I have here is I have an exam wrapper. I created this exam wrapper using a lot of resources from other faculty members at Penn State, Carnegie Mellon. It's all cited and linked in here. I'll make sure that in this video's description, I'll put the link directly to this one. And so an exam wrapper, really something that you could use after any exam that you take, any quiz, any sort of assessment, really, that will help you kind of think about what went right, what went wrong. A lot of people only use an exam wrapper when things don't go well, but you can use it when things go like really well. Like you can get 100% on an exam. You could still use one of these to see what you did so you continue doing those things. The first page of this exam wrapper is just a description, and then I want to go over a couple of the questions so you kind of get a feel for how you can reflect on your own progress when it comes to a lot of these exams, quizzes, assessments, whatever. Like we start off by saying, what was your study plan for this exam? Please be as specific as possible, including the dates and the time spent preparing. This is so you can really reflect and say, all right, I spent enough time. I did not spend enough time. Maybe I need to space it out more. We'll do a video on space practice sometime too. The next question is, what strategies did you use to prepare for the exam and which ones were most effective? This one might be a little difficult because maybe you used a bunch of different ways to study, flashcards, Quizlets, etc., and you don't really know which one was effective. So maybe for the next exam, you say, okay, I used these 3 things. Let me try one that I think was most effective and see if it really was. We ask about how did you feel before, during, or after the exam? And this is, were you nervous? Were you confident, too confident? Were you sad going into it and maybe you just, didn't perform as well because you weren't feeling as well as you think you could have? And so then you can then say, all right, I got to make sure that maybe I wake up earlier or eat a better breakfast before the next exam. What types of questions did you find easiest to answer and which ones were more difficult? Provide specific examples if you can. Ideally, you'll be able to get your exam back. Now listen, I understand a lot of professors don't give exams back because they're afraid of cheating, etc. But hopefully you can at least go and see it so you can see which questions you're getting right, which questions you're getting wrong. Because if everything is that you're getting wrong is multiple choice, then we have to practice a little more on multiple choice. Did you encounter any unexpected challenges during the exam? And if so, what were they? How did you respond to them? Did you come to a question that you had no idea what to do? And how did you respond to that? Did you write everything down on the side? Did you use scrap paper? Did you try to graph it out if this was an economics class? Did you just skip it? Did it make you even more anxious? So then you kind of missed a few easy questions after that. Reflecting on this will help you be like, okay, when I come to something like this again, this is how I'm going to act, which will be better for my overall experience on the exam. Were there any topics or concepts that you wish you had studied more, and what were they? This is especially important if you have these classes that have cumulative finals, right? So you'll have a list of topics like, man, I really wish I would have studied elasticity more. That's something that the professor clearly cares about because they ask that question multiple times. Last couple questions. Did you make any errors on the exam that you could have avoided with more careful attention to detail? I tell you what, a lot of the students that I tutor and coach, they could improve their grades by a half letter grade, maybe a full letter grade, if they just took a couple extra deep breaths and paid attention to detail. This is one of those skills that just comes with time of saying, okay, I really need to slow myself down. I need to redo some of these questions, pay attention to negative signs, etc. You want to write down if this is part of the issue, if you're not scoring up to what you believe your potential is. And then the next exam say, okay, I know I need to pay attention to detail. And then the last one, where we give you a lot of space to do it, is what will you do differently in your next exam to better prepare yourself? Create a plan, be as specific as possible. If you take the 30 minutes to use one of these exam wrappers or something similar that your professor or your learning center might have, it'll help you improve your grade going forward. So again, this is the idea of metacognition and using an exam wrapper. I will make sure I put that in the description below. And if you have any questions about learning, if you have any questions about tutoring, anything like that, you can always reach out to me, james@tierneyeducation.com. Leave a comment, go to the website, contact us page, all that stuff. We love to help out students from around the country. Thank you so much for tuning in, and hopefully we'll make a couple more of these videos.